Hi everyone, my name is Lindsay G and I'm going to be presenting Remember the Milk, or RTM, which is an app that is used as a tool for organization. The basic version of the app is free to use, and there is also an option to upgrade to the Pro version, which costs $39.99 per year. You can use the web-based version on your laptop or download the app on your mobile device if that is more convenient. Using the app requires a fair amount of computer literacy, so I'd recommend this app for students who are at least in grade 7. It would be very useful for high school and college students who have multiple classes, who also might be trying to organize part-time jobs, household chores, and extracurriculars. From an assistive technology viewpoint, RTM would be especially helpful for students who have difficulty with their executive functioning, particularly in time management and organization. RTM helps its users organize tasks efficiently, which is what we're going to take a look at now. So this is the homepage for Remember the Milk. A quick drawback that I wanted to mention was that I was unable to log in using Facebook or Google. I was getting error messages that my passwords were incorrect, which was not accurate. So that's not a great first impression for an organization tool. I ended up signing up directly with the website and that worked. So I'll just log in. And this is the homepage. I've added a few tasks here already. So to add a task, we can go to our inbox. And let's say I wanted to add a few household chore tasks. So we can put take out the garbage. We can add in vacuuming. And we can add in laundry. So right now these tasks are all mixed in. They're listed in alphabetical order, but they're all mixed in with my other tasks that I added earlier. So in order to organize things, we can add a list. So the lists are here. I can just click Add List, and I'm going to put in chores. So now we can go back to the inbox. We can check vacuuming, take out the garbage, and laundry. And we can move all these to chores. So those are all gone. So you can see all my lists here. That keeps me organized. So I have my chores here. I have my educational support assignments, extracurriculars, grocery list, personal work. So these are all in my inbox. They haven't been assigned to any lists here. So I can click on AT Marketplace, self-care plan, final exam, portfolio. All of these are educational support assignments. So I can put those in there. And then I can go in and I can see all my tasks for this area here. I've put a tag on this one, self-care plan. It's for the Foundations of Education course. So to put in a tag, you can tag it here. I can add a new tag if I like. So for AT Marketplace, let's tag it EdTech, which is what I call this course. Fantastic. And then I can see all the different courses for my assignments here. There's no due date here, so I can make a due date. It is today, actually. And then the portfolio for this class is due. We can go to the calendar here on the 11th. So there we go. Okay. You can also prioritize tasks. So I might want to prioritize this assignment, the marketplace, because that's due first. And I might want to prioritize my portfolio second, which is handy. I could also add contacts. So if we were doing group work, I could add contacts by our email, and then I could assign these tasks to my contacts. And then there would be no confusion about any due dates, and we'd all stay organized with our time management. So for today, I have my AT Marketplace due. There's nothing due tomorrow. And then this week is only the AT Marketplace. You can also check what you've given to others. and we can see all tasks. So if I click on AT Marketplace again, the notes here will come up. It is due here. It doesn't repeat. If I had the Pro version, I could add a subtask. So that would be breaking up this task into smaller tasks, which is called chunking, as we've learned in this program. So part of one of my subtasks might be to explore the Remember the Milk website. And then my subtask might be to add closed captionings to my video. It might be to upload the video to YouTube. So all the little tasks that make up this big assignment would be easier to follow if they were all laid out for me. I can also add a note in case I'm a forgetful person. So don't forget closed captions, and we can save that. And then we'll see that note here every time we click on AT Marketplace. So this tool would be very useful in an educational setting. I would use it if at the beginning of term, I would gather all my course outlines, and I'd input my assignments and their due dates, and I'd be able to keep organized that way. So instead of ES assignments, I could have a list for each course and all the assignments when they're due, if there's a midterm or a final exam that I need to study for. And what I would do is every day I would log in to this website and see what my tasks were for this week or for today. And that way it would free up some space in my brain. There is an option to have push notifications, but you need to upgrade to the Pro version for that. You also, there's an option to color code the tags, so they wouldn't be all just green. You could color code them for each class. But again, that's for the Pro version. I think one of the drawbacks for this tool is that you do have to go in and add all your tasks manually. You can set them to repeat. So if you have, for example, taking out the garbage, I could have that repeat. For example, every week. So for garbage day, let's say if it was Tuesday, I could have it repeat every week, every Sunday. Oh, sorry. Of information also requires a good deal of attention to detail. So as an educational assistant, I would likely sit with my student and we'd input all of our tasks together, and that would keep them organized for the school year. There's also an option to postpone a task. So if I had asked for an extension for this assignment, I could click on AT Marketplace and I could postpone it here. And let's say I'd take a 2-day extension, I could postpone it for 2 days. And then that's edited. And then if I had completed this task, I can use the check mark, which is really satisfying to see it disappear. Let's say I can also, say I vacuumed today, I can also check that off. Laundry, check. So overall, I would recommend this tool for students who struggle with organizing and time management. There is a lot of inputting to do at the beginning, but I think it's beneficial to have everything laid out for you, the due dates, so that I'm not working on an assignment that's due later on versus one that's due sooner. It'll help me keep me organized, keep my time maximize my time management. And it's definitely beneficial to get students using this technology earlier so that they learn to independently, so that they're independently able to input their tasks and manage their workload. To get them started earlier, it gives them a greater chance of success at keeping their lives organized when they get into adulthood. So that was my presentation. Definitely let me know if you have any questions about Remember the Milk. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to watching all of yours.